In 2025, more than 300,000 people are expected to leave the UK, a number that's rapidly increasing each year. What's driving this massive exodus from one of the world's most developed nations? The truth might shock you. As the cost of living skyrockets, political unrest spreads, and the job market becomes more uncertain, many are packing their bags in search of a better life. But these reasons are only the beginning. Imagine waking up every day, worrying about whether you can afford basic necessities, watching your savings dwindle, and facing endless bureaucratic hurdles just to get by. Now picture a world where you can live comfortably without the constant pressure and stress. It's no surprise that people are making the difficult decision to leave everything behind and start fresh somewhere else. But what if we told you that it's not just about financial struggles? There are hidden forces at play that many people are only beginning to realise. From soaring taxes to healthcare breakdowns and even the threat of climate disasters, it's clear that the UK is facing a crisis. As the country's future becomes increasingly uncertain, more and more people are asking, is it really worth staying? Stay tuned as we reveal 10 shocking reasons why people are fleeing the UK in 2025 and how these factors are changing the country's landscape forever. You'll be amazed by the truths we uncover. Number 1. Economic uncertainty. One of the primary reasons many people are leaving the UK in 2025 is economic uncertainty. The UK's economy has been facing turbulent times ever since Brexit, and now inflation is soaring, making everyday life more difficult for many. As wages remain stagnant for much of the population, the cost of living continues to rise at a rapid pace. Grocery prices, transportation costs, and housing expenses have increased significantly, making it harder to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. This financial strain is forcing many to consider relocating to countries with more stable economies and better job opportunities. The UK government's policies and taxation are also playing a major role in the growing dissatisfaction. Higher taxes on income and goods, alongside rising public sector costs, have placed a heavy burden on individuals and families. For people who are struggling to make ends meet, the thought of moving to a country with lower taxes and better financial security is becoming increasingly appealing. Additionally, many workers feel that they're being left behind, with jobs becoming more uncertain and companies cutting back on benefits. Unemployment rates remain a concern, and opportunities for career advancement seem limited. In response, many are looking abroad for higher wages, better work-life balance, and opportunities for personal and professional growth. As the UK's economic future seems increasingly unpredictable, it's clear that more and more people are seeking out countries with stronger economies and the promise of financial stability. Economic hardship is pushing people to take action, seeking a more secure and fulfilling life outside the UK's borders. Number 2. High taxes. Another significant reason why people are leaving the UK in 2025 is the burden of high taxes. The UK has long been known for its taxation system, but in recent years, many citizens have felt the weight of escalating tax rates on both personal income and businesses. As the cost of living continues to rise, so does the tax burden on the average citizen, leaving many feeling financially stretched and disillusioned. Income taxes, national insurance contributions, and VAT have all been increasing, causing frustration among both middle-income and high-income earners. For families trying to maintain a stable lifestyle, the rising tax rates are creating a sense of financial insecurity. People are questioning whether it's worth staying in a country where they feel like they're working harder but getting less in return. On the corporate side, businesses are also feeling the strain. The UK's corporate tax rates are some of the highest in Europe, making it an unappealing place for entrepreneurs and investors. Many businesses, especially startups, are choosing to relocate to countries with more business-friendly tax policies and incentives to encourage economic growth. The UK's rigid tax structure, along with the looming uncertainty surrounding post-Brexit policies, is driving businesses and their employees to seek more favourable conditions abroad. Countries like Portugal, Ireland, and even Dubai offer much lower tax rates and more attractive tax incentives, prompting those who feel financially suffocated to look elsewhere. With high taxes impacting both individuals and businesses alike, The allure of relocating to a tax-friendly environment is undeniable for many. Number 3. Housing crisis. The UK's housing crisis is another driving force behind the increasing number of people leaving the country in 2025. Property prices in the UK, particularly in London and other major cities, have skyrocketed over the past decade. Many people now find themselves unable to afford to buy a home, while rent continues to rise, placing a heavy strain on household budgets. With wages failing to keep pace with housing costs, a significant number of people are seeking more affordable living options abroad. The lack of affordable housing has created a generation of renters, many of whom are stuck in an endless cycle of paying high rent with no prospect of owning their own home. This has left people feeling frustrated and disillusioned, prompting them to explore other countries where property ownership is more attainable. For example, countries in Europe, such as Spain and Portugal, offer significantly lower property prices and better opportunities for home ownership. Additionally, the UK's housing market is increasingly competitive, with limited supply and rising demand driving up prices. The housing shortage in key cities like London has made it nearly impossible for first-time buyers to get on the property ladder, leading to a growing sense of hopelessness among many prospective homeowners. The high cost of housing in the UK is pushing people to look for places where they can achieve a better quality of life at a more affordable price. Moving to countries with cheaper housing markets offers not only financial relief, but also the potential for a better standard of living with more space and better amenities. This growing frustration with the UK's housing market is becoming a major factor in the decision to leave. Number 4. Healthcare strain. The strain on the NHS is another compelling reason why people are choosing to leave the UK in 2025. Over the years, the UK's healthcare system has faced increasing pressure due to rising demand, a growing ageing population, and a shortage of healthcare professionals. This has led to long waiting times, overcrowded hospitals, and a decline in the quality of care, leaving many individuals frustrated with the system. As waiting times for appointments, procedures, and even emergency care continue to rise, people are beginning to look elsewhere for more efficient and accessible healthcare. For those facing serious health concerns, the idea of waiting months or even years for critical treatments can be daunting. The backlog of non-emergency procedures in the NHS has made it difficult for people to receive timely care, causing many to consider relocating to countries with better healthcare systems. Countries like Spain, France, and Germany offer healthcare services that are not only quicker, but also of a comparable or higher quality, often at a lower cost. In addition, private healthcare in the UK is becoming increasingly expensive, forcing individuals to either wait for NHS services or pay significant sums for private care. This financial burden is pushing people to countries where private healthcare is both affordable and highly efficient. As the NHS continues to face challenges in meeting the demands of the population, the appeal of better healthcare systems abroad is undeniable. People are seeking more reliable, timely, and cost-effective healthcare, which is prompting them to leave the UK in search of a system that offers them peace of mind regarding their health and well-being. Number 5. Political instability. Political instability in the UK is another key reason many are leaving the country in 2025. Over the past few years, the UK has experienced significant political turmoil, much of which stems from the fallout of Brexit and the ongoing divisions within the government. The constant shifts in policies, leadership changes, and lack of consensus have left many citizens feeling uncertain about the future. The country's political landscape is becoming increasingly polarised, with deep divisions between different political factions, making the environment feel volatile and unpredictable. The impact of Brexit continues to loom large, creating economic uncertainty, travel restrictions, and trade barriers. The uncertainty surrounding the country's post-Brexit relationship with the European Union has affected everything from businesses to personal freedom of movement. For those who once enjoyed the ease of travel, work, and business within the EU, these disruptions are a major reason to look for new opportunities abroad. Moreover, the ongoing political unrest and dissatisfaction with government policies have led to protests strikes, and a general sense of frustration among the public. The frequent changes in leadership, along with inconsistent policymaking, have created an environment where many feel that the UK government is not addressing their concerns or needs. For individuals seeking a more stable and predictable future, relocating to countries with stronger political cohesion and more effective governance is an attractive option. Countries with stable governments and clearer policies offer a sense of security that the UK, with its current political instability, is failing to provide. As the political environment in the UK remains uncertain, many are opting to leave in search of a more stable and peaceful future. Number 6. Climate change and weather. Climate change and increasingly unpredictable weather patterns are becoming significant factors influencing people to leave the UK in 2025. The UK, like many other nations, is facing the growing effects of climate change, including more frequent and intense flooding, heat waves, and extreme weather events. These changes are not only disrupting daily life, but also making certain areas of the UK less livable, especially for those who are vulnerable to climate-related issues. In recent years, the UK has experienced record temperatures and unusual weather patterns, such as prolonged dry spells followed by torrential rainfall. This unpredictability is affecting agriculture, infrastructure, and overall quality of life. Rising sea levels and the increasing likelihood of coastal flooding are major concerns for those living in coastal areas. The threat of flooding is growing, especially in cities near rivers or along the coastline, where many homes and businesses face the risk of being damaged or destroyed. Additionally, the UK's infrastructure, particularly in rural and flood-prone areas, is often ill-equipped to handle these extreme weather conditions. As a result, people are starting to reconsider their long-term living situations, especially if they live in vulnerable regions. Countries that offer more climate resilience, such as those with milder weather patterns or better infrastructure to deal with extreme events, are becoming increasingly appealing. People are also seeking better air quality and overall healthier climates. Cities with less pollution and fewer extreme weather events offer a higher quality of life, prompting many to relocate to countries with more predictable, stable climates. As climate change continues to impact the UK, more individuals are looking for safer, more sustainable environments to call home. Number 7. Cost of living. The cost of living in the UK has become a significant factor driving people to leave the country in 2025. Over the past few years, prices for everyday essentials have surged, making it increasingly difficult for families and individuals to maintain their standard of living. From grocery bills to transportation costs, the strain on household budgets is undeniable, especially for those who are already feeling the pinch from rising inflation. Housing costs, as mentioned earlier, have escalated to unsustainable levels, particularly in urban areas like London. The combination of high rent prices, mortgage payments, and general living expenses has made it nearly impossible for many to achieve financial stability. Additionally, utility bills, including electricity, gas, and water, have been climbing steadily, eating away at people's disposable income. Beyond housing, the prices of basic goods have skyrocketed. Food prices have seen dramatic increases, with staples like bread, milk, and fresh produce becoming unaffordable for many households. Gasoline prices are also a burden, particularly for commuters who rely on cars to get to work. All of this has pushed the cost of living to levels that many people are no longer willing to tolerate. Countries with a lower cost of living are becoming increasingly attractive for those looking to escape the financial pressures of life in the UK. Countries in Eastern Europe, Asia, and parts of South America offer affordable housing, cheaper utilities, and lower prices on everyday goods, making them highly appealing to those seeking a more affordable lifestyle. As the UK's cost of living continues to rise, it's clear that many people are looking elsewhere for a more affordable future. Number 8. Job opportunities. Abroad. The search for better job opportunities is another major reason why many are leaving the UK in 2025. As the job market in the UK becomes more saturated and job security remains uncertain, many individuals are looking abroad for more lucrative career prospects and better work-life balance. The rise of the gig economy and the decline of traditional long-term employment in the UK have created a sense of instability, pushing workers to explore options in countries that offer more stable and rewarding career paths. For many professionals, higher salaries and better benefits are key motivators for relocating. Countries like Australia, Canada, and the United Arab Emirates, UAE, are known for offering higher wages, tax incentives, and more opportunities for career advancement, especially in industries like technology, finance, and engineering. Additionally, these countries often have less competitive job markets, meaning individuals are more likely to secure well-paying roles without facing the stiff competition seen in the UK. Beyond salary, the work culture in many countries abroad is also a significant draw. In countries like Germany and the Netherlands, workers benefit from shorter working hours, better benefits packages, and a stronger emphasis on work-life balance. This is in contrast to the UK's often stressful work environment, where long hours and high expectations can lead to burnout. For those in search of not only higher pay, but also a more fulfilling work experience, job opportunities abroad are becoming an increasingly attractive option. As more people realise the potential for personal and professional growth in other countries, many are choosing to relocate to places that offer a better career future and a healthier lifestyle. Number 9. Social unrest. Social unrest in the UK has been steadily increasing, and it is a significant reason why many people are choosing to leave in 2025. Over the past few years, the country has seen widespread protests, strikes, and public demonstrations in response to various political, social, and economic issues. As public dissatisfaction grows, many individuals feel that their concerns are being ignored, which has led to a rising sense of frustration and uncertainty. One of the major contributors to the social unrest is the growing inequality in the UK. As the gap between the rich and the poor widens, there has been increasing tension between different social classes. The cost of living crisis, lack of affordable housing, and rising unemployment rates have fueled resentment among many people who feel that the government is failing to address their needs. Additionally, racial inequality and discrimination continue to be significant issues, leading to protests demanding equal rights and justice. The political environment also plays a role in the unrest, as the UK has become more polarised in recent years. With contentious issues like Brexit and immigration policies dividing the nation, many citizens feel disconnected from their government. The lack of consensus and increasing political division has led to a feeling of instability that makes the UK an increasingly uncomfortable place for those seeking peace and security. For those who feel unsafe or disenfranchised in such an environment, leaving the UK offers the chance to find stability and a sense of belonging in a country with a calmer social atmosphere. Many people are choosing to relocate to countries with less social unrest and more harmonious social climates, where they feel their voices are heard and their rights are respected. Number 10. Post-Brexit challenges. The aftermath of Brexit continues to be a driving force behind the decision for many people to leave the UK in 2025. The country's exit from the European Union has created a series of complex challenges, both economically and socially, that are making it increasingly difficult for residents and businesses to thrive. One of the most significant impacts has been the disruption of trade relations, leading to higher prices, shortages, and delays in goods and services. For many people, the uncertainty surrounding post-Brexit policies has created a sense of instability and frustration, prompting them to seek more predictable environments abroad. The freedom of movement that once allowed UK citizens to travel, live, and work across the EU has been severely restricted. For many, this loss of access to other European countries has been a major blow, particularly for those who were used to the ease of travel or were working in the EU. Additionally, the complicated visa and immigration processes introduced after Brexit have made it more difficult for UK citizens to live and work in the EU, while also limiting the influx of skilled workers into the UK. Businesses have also been hit hard by Brexit-related red tape, with many struggling to navigate the new customs regulations and border controls. This has led to job losses and economic uncertainty, causing individuals to seek opportunities in countries that have remained within the EU, where business is more fluid and the economy is more stable. As Brexit continues to shape the UK's future, more people are leaving in search of the freedom, stability, and opportunities that countries within the EU and beyond can provide. The reasons behind the mass exodus from the UK in 2025 are more than just financial. They're deeply tied to the country's ongoing challenges. Whether it's the pressure of rising living costs, political instability, or a collapsing healthcare system, it's clear that the UK is facing an uncertain future. So what do you think? Are these reasons enough to make you consider leaving? We'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Share your opinions or personal experiences. Let's get the conversation going. And if you found this video insightful, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We put a lot of effort into creating content that keeps you informed, and your support helps us keep it going. It's just one click, but it means a lot to us. Thanks for watching.